Welcome everyone. Today we've got a green level workout, but it's not a physical, sweaty, intense workout. We have our special guest here. We're doing a stretching routine. So this routine is involving a whole bunch of 20-second and more static stretches, static holds. Very important to note with stretching that you shouldn't really be doing static stretching before a workout. There's been some correlations made between static stretches pre-workout and injuries, but doing static stretches after a workout or before bed has been really shown to help flexibility and recovery. So this is the sort of thing that you'd want to hold off doing until after your workout or before bed, so then you can rest and recover overnight. So that being said, I'm going to run through the movements that we're doing today in the stretching routine very quickly, and then if you'd like to skip straight to the routine, just check the description below, hit the chapter marker for the workout. Otherwise, sit through us here and we'll explain the motions and the holds that we're going through. So the first hold that we're doing is pretty simple. You can do this one standing, you can do it kneeling, you can do it sitting on your butt. We're actually doing a tricep stretch. So what you're gonna do is grab one hand. We're gonna do one set left and right. So just pick one and then you can do the other after. One hand, hold it out in front of you, bring it across your chest. Your other arm is gonna come up next to the elbow and then pull that across. So hopefully, as soon as you do this, you'll feel a bit of a stretch along the tricep here. Important things to know with this one, like I said, you can be standing, kneeling, sitting, however you want, but try and keep the arm horizontal. So it's not dipped down here, try and keep it up nice and horizontal. Perfect, so we'll do one side of them, the other side after that. The next hold that we're doing is a child's pose. I know this is Grace's favorite hold. So a child's pose is a pretty famous yoga movement. You want to jump onto your mat for this one. You're gonna have your hands outstretched. What you're gonna do is you can actually have your knees wide or you can have your knees close together. I prefer to have my knees a little bit wider for this one so we can actually push our butts back down towards our heels. And you're gonna bring your chest and your face down towards the floor. So as soon as you get into this pose, the places that you're gonna feel stretching are the lats. You can see with your arms outstretched there, the lats are gonna get a nice stretch, and also around the hips too, the hips and the glutes. A little bit around the quads there, depending on how wide your knees are. So that's the child's pose. After that, we're gonna be doing a hip stretch. This is called the 90-90. So again, it's a unilateral one. It's gonna be one side and then the other side. First off, if you wanna take a seat on your mat, on your butt, we're gonna hold one leg out in front of us, straight in front, and 90 degrees in that. Then you're gonna take your other leg, pop the knee towards the heel of the other leg, or out to the side, however works well for you. I'd say probably out to the side a bit more. And then 90 degrees in that leg. So what I'm gonna get Grace to do, yeah, that's right. So we want 90 degrees in both legs, which is, this is perfect. So since Grace's left leg is out in front of her more, I'm gonna have her twist a little bit, her shoulders and her hips twist a little bit towards that left side there. There you go, cool. So hopefully, if I ask you, Grace, where you're feeling that one, yeah, it'll be around the hips. So this is one direction. On the next iteration, we actually flip it around. So now her right leg is gonna be the one. I heard that clunk. There you go. Grace's sacroiliac joint just popped. So you're gonna try and keep your butt cheeks both on the floor. It may not work, it may not happen, but if you have that intent to push the butt cheeks down, you're gonna get that nice hip stretch. And again, 90-90 because we want 90 degrees in each leg there. Cool, so that's a good one. After that, we're gonna remain seated on the floor. We're doing a shoulder stretch. So this was in the last beginner's stretching session, but it's a very good stretch. So you're just gonna sit down, grab your hands behind your back, and I'll do it from this direction so you can see. Hands behind the back, squeeze the palms together. So that's the first level. You then wanna straighten the arms out. If that's a really good stretch for you, then just hold that. The next step from there, you can actually lift your hands from the floor, and then that'll get the stretch going. So that's gonna stretch along the front of your shoulders there. You'll also feel a little bit of a stretch in the lats here underneath. So depending on how high you lift the arms up. Cool, so that's the next movement, seated shoulder. We're now gonna do a kneeling side stretch. So this one we may actually, oh no, we should be fine. Probably get you to face this way, Grace. we're gonna pick a side because, yeah, that works, cool. So we're gonna kneel on one leg. So I'd probably have your right leg kneeling. The left leg is gonna go out to the side. Nice straight leg. There you go. And so the side that's kneeling, so your right hand is gonna go up in the air, and then you're gonna stretch to the left. There we go. So a couple of things going on here. Number one, yep, the adductor in the thigh there, and then also the side. So lat, oblique abdominals as well are gonna get a stretch. Oh, so the purple. Yeah, you probably face that way is a bit better. So yeah, the side, and then we're gonna do the other side on that one too. After the kneeling side stretches, we're gonna do some standard calf stretches. So for this one, we will stand up. You can prop yourself up against a treadmill or a wall or the side of a rack. But what we're gonna do with this one is bring one leg behind us. The front leg is gonna bend, back leg as straight as possible, and then press the heel down. So you should pretty quickly feel the stretch in the calf there. And we're gonna do right hand side, left hand side of that one. After the calves, we're gonna do wide hamstring stretches. So this one, you probably wanna face that way or whichever way. We're gonna go wide legs. So I'll face the camera here. Standing, correct, yep. So standing up. And what you wanna do with this one is keeping your back nice and neutral. We're gonna hinge at the hips, hinge at the hips, hinge at the hips. And once you get to the point where you can't keep your legs any straighter, you're gonna lean in one direction and put your hands on the ankle or the calf or the foot if you can. So if you can actually get your hands down, keeping your legs nice and straight, fingertips towards one leg, and then when we flip and change, it goes down towards the other leg there. So one side. There you go. So having the width in between the feet, a little bit less intense than having the feet together and doing a forward fold, but it's also a slightly different set of muscles that you are stretching in this one. So, cool. After the wide hammies, we're gonna remain standing, but we will grab onto something because we're gonna do the standard quad stretch. So this is, Grace can probably grab the rack there. We're gonna grab one foot, pull it up. Now, a couple of cue points I have to make here. Trying to pull the heel towards the butt, standing up nice and straight, and then also pushing your hips forward. So squeezing the butt cheeks and pushing the hips forward so you get a hip flexor stretch as well. And just there, yeah, nice. So after that, the last hold that we do have is the cross piriformis stretch. Now this one, it does look a little bit more advanced, but I think this one's a really, really good sort of introduction into getting into some more advanced pretzel type stretches. So what you're gonna do, sitting down with your legs straight, you're gonna grab, pick a side, any side. You wanna grab the right foot, bring it up over the left or the right. And what Grace is gonna do, if I do it the same way, if you're bringing your left foot up over the right leg, you're gonna grab your right arm and spin left. So now the right elbow is on the outside of that left knee, and we're gonna spin left. So you can either have your arm up like this or out straight. But the important thing with this is that you're gonna feel it probably on the outside of that hip there, Grace. Just there, sweet. So her spine is nice and neutral. She's twisting her shoulders, hips are flat on the floor, leg flat on the floor, and then the other leg flipped over there. So this is a nice stretch for, especially the runners. If you're going for a run, this is a perfect stretch for post-run. The piriformis does need a little bit of work there. Yeah, so a couple of things. Grace's mic's off there. Two things to note. The reason why I thought it was a good idea to do the tutorial first and then we just focus on holding for 30 seconds is for holding something, or when you hold something more than 20 seconds long, it actually sends a central nervous system. Your mind-muscle connection has a lot stronger effect after about 20 seconds. You will feel a lot of the times, especially when you're breathing into a stretch, after about 20 seconds or so, you can take a deep breath in, exhale, and you'll get a little bit more stretch out of it. It's time under tension. Longer stretches are always more effective than deeper stretches. So if you feel pain doing a stretch, please stop, just back it off a little bit. And it's more important to actually just hold it for longer. So if you'd like, if you're at your computer when you're watching this, if you're watching the YouTube video, feel free to pause it at any given point in time. Say, hey, I like that stretch. That one feels really good, or I feel like I need some work on that. pause it, sit there for 2 minutes and do a 2-minute stretch. So 30 seconds is good for us to basically show off a routine that's gonna fit into everyone's day, but if you've got longer, please hold them. Yeah, do it. And then what Grace was saying as well was that when you are coming out of some of the more advanced pretzel-like stretches, nice and slowly. Don't just be in a stretch and then explode out of it. The time under tension, and especially what I was saying before, the length tension relationship between a muscle, you don't want to go from long and soft and supple into exploding power straight away, because that's how you fall into injury. So that's how people hurt themselves in workouts, by doing these sorts of stretches beforehand. Cool, so now that we've got those things covered, I'm gonna come up to the screen here. I'll put my phone away because we're gonna have it up on the screen. And then we'll start the actual workout. So Grace, if you're ready, we're gonna get into the seated tricep stretch, so you're ready to go. If you do have some stretching timers or some yoga things in your watch, press go now. And in 20 seconds, we're gonna kick this off, the 30-minute workout. We're gonna go through everything twice. So there's 2 rounds for this one. So Grace likes cross-legged. I like to kneel down for this one. We're gonna pick the right-hand side first. So I'm gonna stretch my right arm across my body there. So very important to just relax into these and to breathe. So there we go. Right hand across. Left hand is gonna grab that right elbow and just hold it in. So for me, this one's super good. Morning Gold, how you going? The burpees, yeah. So because I was doing full burpees with the push-up, the triceps took an absolute beating. So this one feels great to hold. And shake it off. 20 seconds in between, not a 30-second rest, because we don't need to recover much, it's just want to shake. But what you're gonna feel, initially, it's gonna be the tricep or parts of the tricep. Over time, as you start to breathe into it, it's gonna be a bit more trap, hopefully you're feeling as well, so along the upper back there. Okay, next one. Left hand straight. I'm gonna grab the crook of my right elbow and just pull that across, keeping it nice and horizontal there. So, arm is straight, arm is good. And just breathing into it. Now's a really good time to think about your breathing technique too. You'll wanna think about your Pilates breathing, your yoga breathing, really sucking the air in and just pushing your guts down, using your diaphragm to suck the air in and push your belly button out. Done. All right, you've got 15 seconds to get ready for child's pose. So this one, what I might do actually is we'll point out form on Grace while she holds this one. Because it is a little bit awkward talking into the floor while I do a child's pose. Okay, there we go. Nice. So Grace has taken a bit more of a wider child's pose, which is perfect. But what I'm aiming for here is straight arms, nice straight arms. And you can see her face is pretty much on the floor there. With this, you're gonna be feeling the stretch in the lats. It's a big upward stretch. This is often used as a resting pose in yoga because it is quite relaxing. It's a nice pose to be in. And then also just having your hips like this as well, you're taking a lot of strain off of the hip flexors. Even though you are stretching the glutes on the back, the hip flexors are really relaxing in there. So if you have been doing things like running or cycling, or even just lifting weights to a certain extent, sit-ups, lots of sit-ups will really tax the hip flexors. This puts them into a position of being shortened and relaxed there. So 5 more seconds. This was a bit of a longer one because child's pose is nice. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna do the 90-90. So now that your hip flexors have been relaxed, hopefully we're gonna find this one's a little bit easier to get into. So the 90-90, we're gonna try and get 90 degrees between the knee and between the femur and the shin, and then 90 degrees between both hips. There we go. So if we take a look, what I'd wanna do is have this knee move out there a little bit more. There you go, cool. And then Grace is gonna put her torso facing towards this knee. Yep, there you go. So if she can sit up a little bit higher. There we go. And then you're gonna press both butt cheeks down. So what you're gonna try or what you'll find is that your body's gonna lift that butt up. You wanna try and sit it down. Yeah, that's right. So you wanna try and sit it down so you get a bit of stretch in these hips here. So now we're gonna flip over. flip and change. So you can see me go from this direction now. And what I'm just checking on form. Nice. So Grace is correcting itself there. You can actually, if you can, pull this out a little bit more without injury. Yep, cool. So now, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Just sit up straight, breathe into the chest. There you go, good. Oh, sorry, chest out and breathe into your belly. Because what we're trying to avoid is, whenever I say to my clients to breathe into their bellies and lift their chest up, it's because they're kind of crumpled like this. So you want to really bring yourself up and stand tall with these ones. Cool. All right, so while you're on the ground, we're going to do our seated shoulder. So you can either sit that way or that way. Yep. So with this one, Grace is facing the back wall so we can see her grasp. So first level is just pressing the palms together, perfect. Next level, she's gonna push her hands down towards the floor, good. So now you can see they're nice and straight. Because she's able to get straight arms, you can lift it up. For a lot of people, especially like bodybuilders and things, people that got massive lats, people have been doing a lot of pull-ups and a lot of lat pull-downs, you're gonna find that this actually may be difficult, just straightening it out.
Say my lats are small?
No, I'm saying you're flexible. So you can really pull that down. And also bench press. Bench press shortens the pecs. And that's what we're stretching, the pecs and the shoulders on the front there. That's really good. That's very good, Grace. I can only do that. Yeah. Next round, you watch. I'll stretch it. So this is a longer stretch as well because there's a lot of stuff going on here. The lats, the shoulders, the pecs, even to some extent the biceps are being stretched in this one too. Hey, go on, Woody. All right, next one is the kneeling side stretch. So picking a side, probably facing the back wall so you don't get the purple light in your face. There we go. So yeah, Grace is going to, there we go, sweet, she's got it. And now she's gonna put her left hand in the air and lean towards the left. So a couple of things being stretched in this. This is a compound stretch. Yes, please, yep. So what Grace was mentioning there, don't break at the hips. You wanna push your hips forward. So that bent leg is gonna have 90 degrees in it. The straight leg is straight out to the side. And I want you to lean a little bit more to the right, Grace, if you can. Yeah, good. Nice. So you can see by how fast she's reaching down her leg there, that's the stretch. So, cool. So out of that one nice and slowly. Yeah. So lots of lats and chest stretching today because we kind of both need it. Other side, yes please. So in 3 seconds, we'll kick that one off. So you can see now, she's gonna squeeze her butt, push the hips forward, really upright with the body, 90 degrees in that bottom leg, and straight left leg. That's tight. Yeah, there we go. So again, with the stretching, try and remain upright. If you crumple at the hips or at the stomach there, you're gonna not do yourself justice with this lat stretch. So really try and get the length out of this that you can. Last 5 seconds, Grace, a little bit more. Yep, good. And breathing into the belly. Fantastic. Nice. Okay, so coming out of that nice and slowly, we're gonna get up onto our feet and we're gonna do the calf stretch. So again, very, very standard calf stretch, this one. Very good for runners. If you've been doing all of the virtual jump roping with us in the workouts, this is very good for you too. Because the calves take a beating. They do a lot of work. So, you know, bend that front leg, really press that back heel down, and make sure that the foot that you're actually doing the stretch on, it's pointing straight ahead. If yours is pointed out to the side, you're not stretching your calf. We're trying to get the smallest angle possible between our foot and our shin with a straight back leg, with a straight knee there, because that's what we're stretching. And bring that out nice and slowly. Shake it off. We got the other side to do.
Can you do the pose?
Yep. Yeah. So what Grace is saying is you can actually just do that pose like that, and you can be in the pose, but you really need to emphasize stretching the back straightening the back leg, really leaning forward into it, just getting that little bit of an extra angle, making sure that your foot is pointed straight ahead, making sure that your hips are squared away. If your hips are twisted like this, just bring them forward. Everything needs to be pointed forward directly, and that back knee needs to be pressing up towards the sky as well. Good, awesome. Now we're doing the wide hamstring stretch now. So this is standing, nice wide feet, whichever direction you want to be facing. So Grace can go that way, I can go straight ahead. And what we're going to do here is hinging at the hips. Try and keep your back as straight as possible. So try and keep your eyes up and just hinge down. And we're going to go towards the right this time. So we're going to reach down towards the right ankle. So with straight knees, straight legs, straight back. I don't care for your chest to be down at your ankle. If you've got a straight back, you're going to get more of a hamstring stretch on this one. So keeping the neutral spine, no curve in the spine at all. Grace is very straight. That's very good. Nice. And then to come up and just relax for a sec. Yeah. And then we're going to go down the other side. Yeah, good one, good one. So like I said with this one, what's super important with this isn't how low down you go, because a lot of people will actually untilt their pelvis in the wrong way in order to get lower to the ground. I'd like to have the pelvis tilted. There we go. So see that nice straight back that she's got there? And if you can, Grace, come up a little higher, but then straighten that leg. Yeah. Good. Yeah, okay. Nice. So it's just that real nice burn. If you feel pain, stop. We want the burn of a deep stretch for a longer time held. Time under tension, very important. Nice. So now we're doing a standing quad stretch. So again, picking a leg, right or left, having something to hold on to just to keep yourself balanced. You can just balance on the floor. If your balance is good enough, you can just hold it without holding onto something else. So, okay, yeah, so don't go too hard. A lot of leggy stretching, yeah. So what we're trying to do with this, if you're doing two hands, I'm gonna bring my shoulder blades back. I'm gonna press my hips forward. So in this posture, I'm pushing my hips forward, squared the hips away, squeezing the butt together, and just balancing, trying to keep my knees close together as well. Because the other thing that you see with that, if the knee flares out to the side, you're not getting ever a good stretch on it. So bringing that down, nice straight lines. Ooh. Is it too cold for you, Woody? You've got to put some long sleeves on, mate. Long sleeves. All right, 2 seconds, let's go. Balancing, breathing. The foot that's on the floor, think of it like a tripod. You wanna just really plant the foot into the ground, like a system of tree roots. And think of your leg that's in the ground like a big, strong tree trunk. Pushing the hips forward, shoulders back, and just holding that nice tension. Good. 6 degrees, it's all good. It's better than 0. Yeah. All right, we're doing the cross piriformis stretch. So this is the last set. We're nearly halfway through this, because we're gonna go through everything again just to get a little bit more tension, time under tension. So, okay. What time is it now? Okay, cool. All right, so I'll finish the workout off. So if you've got your right leg across, left arm is pressing against the right knee, the left elbow to the right knee here. Here we go. And so the big stretch we're looking for, we're looking at keeping our hips on the floor as best we can, and then twisting the shoulders there. So it's going to get that piriformis. It's one of those little muscles inside the butt structure, basically. So other side now. This one, left leg up, and then right elbow goes onto the left knee. That left arm comes behind us, and we're twisting into this. So you're using the power in your upper back muscles to twist your upper body. Nice stretch in the thoracic and the lumbar region. Again, if you're feeling pain with this one, please consult a medical professional, because if you've got things going on with your vertebrae, it's better to have a specialized plan built for you, as opposed to trying to muscle through stretches that aren't necessarily for you. So this set here, very accessible set of movements, and you'll find you'll come out of this one today just feeling a hell of a lot more refreshed, as opposed to the sweaty mess that we would do with a big workout. So, yeah, that's good. All right, so a minute to shake it off. Like Grace said, like if you need to head off now, that's cool, no stress. We're gonna go through the same things again. Doing them again just means that we've had practice the first round through. We kind of know what we may need to be doing differently. We may realize that if I set a cue right at the end of the movement there, oh, I should do that better next time. So the first one is the tricep stretches, which again, you can do them standing, you can do them kneeling, you can do them seated like Grace is, as long as your spine is upright and in its neutral position. Here we go, right hand side, so the right arm, I'm gonna have that straight, left arm is gonna come up, crooked in the elbow, and pull it across. So this time, think about how much you stretched in the last round, and think about if your flexibility is a little bit better now, especially since we did so much with our bodies in the last 15 minutes. Breathing into the bellies. And just relaxing. Good. 20 seconds, we've got the other side to do. How you feeling? Sleepy? Awesome. Okay, other side now. Left hand, straighten that across the body, right arm, crooking it in the elbow and pulling across. Yeah, this is probably the lowest my heart rate's ever been on a stream.
Really?
Yeah. It's at 64 right now. 61. Apparently my resting is 50 at the moment. Yeah. It is a little bit, so I'm quite unfit. Stressing. All right, child's pose, Grace's favorite. I might do child's pose. Yeah, if you want, if you'd like. I prefer wide. I feel good wide. Yeah, that's right. So I do like wide. I'm gonna see how low my heart rate can get. Chat, tell me how low it goes.
I should. Yeah, Grace just said the dance music, it probably isn't conducive to relaxing stretching. It's alright, we can relax hard. So I'm currently trying to get my heart rate down.
What did it get to, chat? 69. It went up. Nice. I was clinically dead for a second. Oh, I got to 60. Okay. Yeah. The little sensor thing probably just lost. So we're doing the 1990s now. 1990s. Good time for punk music. All right. So you see, we're going for 90 degrees in a leg, 90 degrees between the two femurs, and then 90 degrees in the other leg there. And
Too much math.
too many degrees, too many angles. Yeah, sweet. And so we both have a bit of trouble getting our butt cheeks down. We're gonna sit up straight. I'm gonna press the hip down so we get a nice twisty stretch in the hips here. This one will be good for you, Woody. Yeah? It'd be good for you for the cycling. So now we're gonna switch sides. You can literally keep your heels in the same spot if you want and just rotate around. Yeah, that's the part of the hippie flippy. Cool. So now, 3, 2, 1, up. Press that hip down, sitting up nice and straight. We're working on hip mobility. This is a weird position to be in. You don't normally twist your legs left and right like this, but by doing strange positions in a controlled manner, we teach our bodies to become stronger should they ever fall out of their normal positions. And that's when a lot of injuries happen. You're playing basketball and your foot slips and your ankles and your hips going the wrong way and your knees going the wrong way. People pop things like ACLs and MCLs. But if we condition them to be stronger just outside of their comfort zone or their normal zones, you're more likely to recover better. Okay, seated shoulder. So this one, we're gonna see how I feel on this one. Yeah, Woody, I will actually chuck the stretching routines into their own playlist soon. So on YouTube, yep. Yeah, Jero, if you're getting into a ute and you slip. How funny is you calling it a ute now? It's instead of a pickup truck. That's it. That's all I can do. That's as high as I can go. I've got the too jacked, mate. Grace has good shoulder mobilities. There is, yeah, because you're working on bringing those palms together. So it's a good accessory one. Yeah, after ute, you're going to be calling them servos, Jero. We will rest soon. There we go. I'm resting because I'm too jacked for those. All right, we're doing the kneeling side stretches. Feel all right? Yeah, absolutely. This is the beginner mode, so it's all good. So the kneeling sides, what we're gonna do is have one in the kneel, grab one leg out, straight out to the side there. So should, again, all 90 degrees. 90 degrees is in straight ups. Ooh, that's a good one. Stand here. So feeling it in the lat, and I'm feeling it in the side of my belly, the obliques, which are perfect for if you're following up yesterday's advanced workout. I was doing the Pennywise crunches, which was very much our oblique core muscles. Just bringing the knees up to the sides there. So we're doing the stretching for them. So good. It's almost like I planned it. I didn't. Yeah, Jero. So for those that don't know, Jero's in chat. If you're watching YouTube, we've got a live chat here, which you are welcome to join in with. Should you want to come along, twitch.tv/fit for purpose. Jero's American. We're Australian, but he's picking up all the Australianisms.
Is that with us too?
Yeah. He drives a ute to the servo.
Dries a bone, broke his brain though.
Dries a bone. Look. Drizzabon? Is that a dessert? Is that a sweet breakfast food? The Drizzabon. Hey Rawson, how you going? Thanks, mate. Thanks for dropping in. So we're standing now. We're doing the calf stretch. All right, so with the calf stretches, again, all of those tips that Grace mentioned before, sometimes you can get into the right position and you just don't feel it. So we're gonna stand up nice and straight, hips squared away. So your hips are facing the front direction. You're getting a nice deep stretch by bending the front knee there and pressing that back heel into the floor with your foot pointed straight ahead. This is lovely. I need more calf stuff. So pressing that back knee towards the back of the room. You don't want the bend. If you bend, you're not gonna get so much of a stretch on your calf there. So shaking that one out. Oh, good. Other side. You can look to a wall. You can press yourself up against a wall if you want. If you've got good balance, you can, yeah, I was gonna say, you can oftentimes just press it and get into that forward lunge like that. And just get a big old stretch on the calf that way. Show that my feet are both pointing forward. What's that? Oh, good call. Yeah. If you can line it up with the lines in your tiles on the floor, find some way to actually get a gauge on the direction there. Yeah. You like to tilt your butt up for that one? Yeah, that's good. Awesome. For those that don't know, Rawson is a highly skilled gymnastics person. All right, wide hammies. We're gonna go wide. Yep. So wide legs. This is a good one also to tilt your butt up with because you wanna have your pelvic, yep. So you wanna be an Instagram butt. If you do Instagram butt with this one, the theory is, like I'm just gonna show, if Grace were to tilt her butt and curve her back the wrong way, you get more length on the hamstring. That's not the point of this. We wanna go Instagram butt. We want to keep that arch in the back and have the pelvic tilted so we can get as much stretch as possible on the hamstring. So this is one of those movements where I would actually say we're not doing the posterior pelvic tilt, we're going for an anterior pelvic tilt. We want to go for that Instagram butt look because we're specifically stretching the back of the legs. Okay, there we go. So now Grace is going to go to the left-hand side. Nice. And sometimes you're going to find one side is a little bit more difficult than the other. Just take note of it and spend a little bit more time. If you feel like one side is more tight than the other, then feel free to pause this video if you're watching on YouTube and spend a little bit more time on the side that is tighter. There's no hard and fast OCD rule that says you have to do the same amount of time on each side. If one side is imbalanced, then spend as much time as you need to try and get it to the same sort of level as the other side there. Standing quad stretches. Tough Juice, welcome in, mate. You might want to check the VOD here. We've been going for 26 minutes already, so we'll finish this one up very, very soon. Now we're going for the standing quad stretch. You can balance up against a post if you like, or if you can balance, you're gonna grab the foot with both hands. One hand if you're balancing against something, two hands if you're not. But very important that we squeeze the butt, we push the hips forward and stand up nice and tall. The knees should be close together. I don't want to see that. I want to bring the knees close in together, standing tall, hips straight and pressed forward. Good. Yes, the Piriformis ones. Yeah. No. Yeah, Rawson, that's what we're trying to do. I mean, it is always appreciated when people subscribe. So that's what I do say. We're putting this out here for free to people to join in with. The reason why I think I like doing it for free is because sometimes, especially in this part of society that we live in on the internet, there's a lot of social anxiety around, engaging with trainers or getting out of the house and doing things. So I'd like to make this super accessible. But that being said, we can't keep bringing this to you without the support of subscriptions. So whether that's on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video there. Pass it on to your friends, get them to subscribe. And on Twitch, if you wanna not see any ads during the workout and have access to some of the best emotes on Twitch, the subscription per month is a great way to support the channel there. So we're gonna put straight leg out. Grace knows the movement off by heart. There you go. One leg out straight, the other leg bent over, and she's gonna use her arm to now twist the upper body, get a nice stretch in the thoracic and lumbar spine, but also the piriformis on the other side there. So this one's very, very good for runners. This one's very, very good for people that may have some back pain issues. The complex structure around the glutes and all the things in between it there, they do play a part in back pain. Back pain usually comes from the fact that your glutes aren't firing properly, or there's something tight in there, or there's just something off. So doing these stretches here, and you got 1 second, go for it. doing these nice twisty stretches. Again, you don't find yourself in this kind of position if you're seated in an office chair all day, or you're driving a truck around, or you spend time like people that do have seat-bound jobs. This is a great position to actually stretch out there. Thanks for the follow, Devil. We got 9 more seconds of this whole entire stretching session, by the way. Don't just flop out of it and jump up and down and say, yeah, we're done. Roll out of it nice and slow. We can finish off with Shavasana, if you like. Grace's favorite pose, Grace's favorite stretch, Shavasana. Happy baby, yeah. Happy baby's a good one. I put happy baby in probably the next stretching session, the intermediate one, which I reckon we'll do next week. We might do an intermediate blue level stretch next week. But until then, thank you so much. Everyone, thank Grace for being here, our special form guest. And I will catch you next time, either in a YouTube video or live on Twitch, twitch.tv/fit4purpose. And like we said before, the subscriptions, the likes, all of that support is appreciated, because it does help us to bring this stuff to you for free, basically. What we had in chat there, people will charge money for this. I am happy for the subscriptions, and if you'd like to talk with me a little bit more about some specialized programming for yourself, I have a handful of people that have just started their programs this week. That's my job, that's what I do. Sorry? And also, before I cut off there, we are kicking off a group program. This is going to be for beginners or advanced people that want to have an addendum to their current programming. It's a group program we're putting together. It kicks off in 5 days' time. 5 days, November 21. So there's going to be a lot more going on in Discord about the information on that one, how you sign up, etc., etc. So yeah, check it out. We'll see you next time.